What's up? In this video, I'm going to change how you look at the MCU, your opinions on its current state, and likely how you consume media for good. You're welcome.
Golly, I'm being exotic, she's a robotic, so we can make billions from building a hobby.
Hey, welcome back, I'm Matt. And this is my channel, Revenge of the Nerd, where I share and discuss alternative and unpopular opinions on all things nerddom.
Nerds! Nerds! Nerds!
I think they're talking about us.
Today we're taking a deep dive into a topic that's been on my mind in response to recent criticisms from Marvel's MCU fandom. The difference between taste and critique. Are we too quick to judge a movie based on personal preference rather than objective measures? Let's discuss. I'm sure you've heard it before. We all have. Such and such movie is trash. The MCU is dead. Phase 4 is garbage.
Num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta hit me up.
Listen, I love the Infinity Saga too, but friends, we're using terms like good movie and bad movie in the wrong context. After all, a good thing isn't good because we like it, and a bad one isn't bad because we don't. And I know what some of you are thinking, well, it's good to me, but is it though? Sure, you can not like something that's bad and you can love something that's good, but those terms aren't mutually exclusive. We all have those things that we overindulge in that we know in our heart of hearts probably isn't the greatest in class. Whether it's the charm of it, the appeal, or how relatable it is, we have to acknowledge that none of that is necessarily a measurement of quality. For me, that guilty pleasure is tokusatsu.
誰だお前は地獄からの使者スパイダーマン
Not a lot of award-winning performances or groundbreaking storytelling, but I like it nonetheless.
よかったじゃねえか。仲間が一人増えたんだぜ。
But what about you? Leave a comment below with your guilty pleasure, and while you're at it, like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get notified the next time I post. But let's get back on topic. Take Thor: The Dark World, for example. Sequel to 2011's initial entry into the MCU, Thor. This follow-up was met with mixed reviews from critics, while some fans loved it as much as the original, if not more. God help you if you're one of those people. But does that favor equate to quality? You see, measuring quality involves looking at standards and metrics. That can be the actor's performance, the cinematography, score, dialogue, pacing, of course, the VFX, and even storytelling as a whole. Ultimately, we're talking about the effectiveness of how well a movie executes what it sets out to do, as dictated by the director, not the studio. I personally like to use this approach. Did I laugh?
Nope. We are going through the big one.
The devil's anus.
Did I cry?
No woman, no cry.
Did I scream at jump scares?
Where did she go?
Was I ever on the edge of my seat? Was I uncomfortable when I was meant to be? Was I emotionally invested in the characters? Did the movie spark thought or debate on real-world implications? Did it make me reevaluate something I hadn't before considered?
We're gonna neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen.
Thought the punishment usually came after the crime.
SHIELD takes the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be.
This isn't freedom. This is fear.
Using objective metrics like these and those on Rotten Tomatoes can offer insight into all these notions and how well a film performs or how well it was received. Here's our example. As you can see, we're talking about an almost 10% difference in scores. It's obvious that critics may not have been overly impressed, but the audience has a more favorable take. And thus we have the clash between favor and quality. As a community, we often use terms like good movie or bad movie, but are these labels justified? Let's consider James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy 2. While fans praised its humor and emotional depth, critics, again, had mixed opinions. It's crucial to recognize the disparity between audience scores and critic scores, and then question whether our judgments are influenced by our personal preferences. So how can we bridge the gap between fandom bias and objective quality assessment? Well, let's establish some criteria for evaluating a movie's quality. Storytelling, character development, cinematography, and originality are all essential elements here. Example 1. Tony Stark's character development has always been at the forefront of the Iron Man series. So it's no surprise that when he died at the end of Endgame, that the emotional toll the audience experienced was massive. Example 2. Guardians 3 has some of the most beautiful shots in any MCU movie, making use of color, composition, framing, and camera movement. One of my favorites was the one-take action sequence towards the end. Example 3. Also, Guardians 3 was a story told alongside of Rocket's origin. This form of storytelling stands out next to traditional linear storytelling. These are all objective indicators of the quality of their respective projects, and therefore great measurements for their quality. It's time we rethink terms like good and bad in regards to movies or really any form of art. Instead, let's consider them as appealing or less appealing based on our individual tastes. By doing so, we can appreciate diverse perspectives within our community without discrediting the hard work and efforts of all those involved in producing these films we know and love. The MCU is a vast and diverse universe, and our judgments should reflect the richness of its storytelling and filmmaking. Remember, personal taste and objective quality are distinct concepts. So before labeling a movie, let's pause, reflect, and celebrate the diverse experience within our fandom. Did you find anything in this video helpful or beneficial? Looking back on past judgments, did you mischaracterize any movies because you didn't like them? Or maybe feel differently after an objective look? Let's discuss in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. Until next time.
I'm saying that I want to be on the team. Has it got a name?
Yeah, it's called the Revengers.
The Revengers?
Not the Pre-Vengers? Okay.
I'm Matthew Lucas.